How's it going, everybody? This is xDeVman, and today I'm bringing you guys a gameplay commentary with a very special guest. So why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, Dev man, it's Aviator, also known as Eric. Actually, and that's reverse. I usually say Eric, also known as Aviator, but hey, this will work, right?
Yeah. So this is your gameplay, correct?
It is. This is a little bit of different gameplay. I don't usually play headquarters, but this is actually gameplay from I think yesterday, and got a pretty decent score at the end. There were some great contracts out for HQ, and if anyone knows me at all, they know that I'm a total contract slut. I like to level up quickly, and so whatever has a good contract, I'll use. And I think they had a 75 kills with the FAL contract, which is why I'm using the FAL, which is actually one of my favorite guns. It's a challenge to use, particularly because it has a tendency to jam if you kind of fire the trigger a little bit too quickly. And because I use the FAL a lot in Modern Warfare 2, I have a very quick trigger finger apparently, and I get the gun to jam often. I think I actually died from that once this game. So, oh well.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. And watching this gameplay, I watched it earlier. You seem to be really good with the foul. You have pretty good accuracy with it.
You know, it's actually weird because I had way better accuracy with it in my CZ75 for the win. I had much better accuracy with it in Modern Warfare 2. For some reason, I just can't seem to get the right sensitivity in Black Ops. I'm still trying, but I think I'm running a 3 now. I've tried 2 for a while. I need to have something like when I aim down sights, I want it to go to like a 1, but when I'm not aiming down sights, I want it like a 7. And there's just not a good mix for me for some reason.
Yeah. So, so I just want to talk about you like photography and flying and gaming. So just tell me about how you got into all that stuff.
Sure, man. Well, today I'm a 25-year-old married guy. I got a baby on the way. Actually, my wife and I just bought our first house, and you know we're old folks in this gaming industry. I'm not quite Woody's gamer tag, but I like to tease that I'm Onslaught's son, and that makes Woody my grandfather. I think since he's about 100, I think that works out.
Oh yeah.
But no, in all
Yeah.
seriousness, I actually didn't get my first gaming setup at all until I was 18 and moved out of the house. I was living in Tennessee. I moved from Florida to Tennessee when I turned 18, and I walked into a GameStop to pick up a game or something because I had some roommates that had Xboxes, and some guy was trading his original Xbox in. And this is right after Halo 2 had come out, so Halo 2 was the big game. I was living beside a college campus, and I thought to myself, "Hey, I'm gonna do this thing." I bought an Xbox. You know, I was homeschooled actually from the time I was born until I graduated or actually dropped out. And my family was very anti-entertainment, so we had no TV, we had no Xbox, no Game Boy, no Sega, no nothing.
Wow.
And I bought my first Xbox and summarily made up for 18 years of lost time playing Halo 2 until I was the top level. We had tons and tons and tons of LAN parties and everything else. As you can imagine, living on a college campus, it was a lot of fun, but a lot of hours spent playing
Yeah.
video games.
Doing the game. Yeah.
But,
So yeah. So when did you get into photography? Did you get into photography and flying after video games or before video games?
Actually, I've been flying my whole life. My very first memory is flying with my grandfather and my uncle. And we grew up in an aviation family. My grandfather flew in World War II. My uncle flew for United for 29 years, I think. And my mom was a pilot. My grandmother's a pilot. You know, I literally grew up with it. And
Wow.
flying's kind of been my life. Thus the Aviator clan tag or
Yeah.
gamer tag. But as far as photography goes, ironically enough, I ran a marketing company, and I mentioned I was homeschooled. I was really blessed to be homeschooled. It actually completely changed my life comparatively to most people.
Yeah.
At 13, I started my first business and got to. I was actually selling airplanes, and at 16, I became a flight instructor. At 18, or just before I turned 18, I actually broke my back in a flying accident. I was test flying an airplane, had a major malfunction, and ended up slamming into a hangar wall while hanging on the outside of an airplane. And there'll be a video about that sometime on my channel. I'll tell that story. It's pretty crazy. But long story short, I ended up with a broken back and had to quit flying for a while. So I quit flying and focused on the marketing business I started a couple years before, and ended up being able to take almost a year off. And I took a motorcycle trip up to Alaska. This story's getting really long. My apologies. But
It's good. It's fun.
yeah, I was racing bikes at the time, and I ended up hopping on a motorcycle I bought for the trip. Took a trip up to Alaska. Spent almost 4 months on the road from Tennessee to Pennsylvania to Florida to Alaska to San Diego, back to Tennessee. And on that trip, I had bought my very first digital SLR camera. And I've been taking pictures my whole life, but I took almost 100,000 photos in the space of 4 months. And
Oh.
I had a really popular blog. I had a lot of people reading my blog at the time, and this is back in the day. I'm old, man. This was when Zanga was popular, and any of your older subscribers will know what Zanga was. It was a very long time ago.
Oh,
And,
Zanga blocks, you mean?
yeah, dude, Zanga blog was awesome, man. Zanga was the bomb. I had the #2 most popular Zanga in the world. I was like the most uber elite geek, and I wasn't even Asian. I say that because most of the Zanga writers were Asian, not because I hate Asians or anything. I promise. But no. Anyway, so lots and lots of blog posts, and people started asking me to shoot their wedding and stuff because my photography got much better over the last 6 or 7 years and whatnot. And that's what I do for a living now. I shoot weddings and events, and I get to travel all over the world and get to have a blast. So yeah. Gaming is definitely not my full-time thing, etc. So I don't know. Does that answer your question in the longest form possible?
Yes, it did. Thanks. How are we doing on time? I kind of messed up the thing at the first.
Oh, no worries at all. We've got about 4 minutes left.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what other questions you said you wanted to ask because I don't remember. You have any ideas for me?
What? Back to the photography. Like, other than wedding, what do you like taking photographs of? Do you just like go outside in nature and when you're flying?
It's interesting you ask because it's one of those things. I think everyone in life kind of experiences this. We all kind of go through different phases of what we find joy in. For me, I love to shoot weddings. I love to shoot things like weddings because there's just, you get to be a part of someone's life in a really unique manner. And before that, I actually shot fashion. So I shot runway shows and whatnot, South Beach, Miami, shooting lingerie shows and doing all the things that single men love to do because I was 21 years old and I really enjoyed life at that point. That was a good time.
Yeah, it's a good time.
But nowadays, I've gone through all the phases. I've shot adventure stuff. I still love to go out and shoot skydiving and flying and whatnot. I do that quite a bit. But I guess really shooting weddings and shooting people in their most vulnerable, beautiful, terrified states is probably my favorite thing to do as far as photography goes because it really is an honor to be a part of people's life in that position.
Yeah. So away from the photography and stuff, is there anything else you like doing, like maybe sports or any kind of stuff like that?
Actually, I play ultimate frisbee, and I mentioned I have a broken back. I have 29 broken bones now, so I can't really do what I used to do as far as being athletic and whatnot. But I do what I can. Years and years of ultimate frisbee and motorcycle racing and flying have kind of left their toll on me. I can't even think of the words to say. But speaking of seeing a toll, you got to watch this in just a second here. You're going to see the biggest fail ever when I come out of this gunship. It's pretty funny. I love ultimate frisbee, and that's great fun. But sadly, I don't get to be as active as I used to. What about you, man? I don't really know that much about you. What do you play?
Right now, I'm a grade 10 student at a high school, and I'm in rugby right now. And
Nice.
I love playing rugby. Yeah, basketball
awesome.
is another thing I like too, and just all those active sports.
That's wicked awesome. I would love to play rugby. That's one of those that I physically can't do, but I would enjoy doing so.
Yeah. So this is a little late, but back to where you said you crashed. That must have been like a scary experience when you realize that you're like all this stuff's happening right now that you're gonna like hit something.
It's one of those kind of ethereal moments, actually. I don't really view it as being scary because I look back at it and it's like, okay, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I can't do anything. I just have to hold on tight and hope I don't die. Again, I'll try to get a video up about that sometime the next few months because it's one of those stories that you can't quite say. Even though we're already over time, I can't believe we blew through 8 minutes. You asked me you asked me some long story questions, man.
Yeah. So I guess that's it, you guys. And Eric's or Aviator's channel will be in the description. Go sub to him. He's a really cool guy. He has awesome videos out. And I guess I'll talk to you guys later.
Dev, thank you so much for having me on, man. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah. See you.